Hey, I want you to just kind of be for a minute. I'm going to talk to you, and we're going to get into a card reading. But first, there's something I'm being asked to share with you. And I was going to do it live, but I was asked to do it this way instead, so that you can feel your own presence more instead of connecting as if I'm sitting across from you. Hold on. Mom. Okay, I'm back. It's 8:18. We're just gonna keep going. I was talking to my mom. Oh my god. That's so... Oh, Mom. No, I'm gonna keep this in. Okay, listen. Somehow I have managed to stumble across four or five different video channels on YouTube with videos that were recommended by YouTube. It's been about over 4 years now. The first one I came across one of the first ones was Awakening to Spirit. And I'm going to mention these because if you're subscribed to me, you should be subscribed to them as well. We're all part of a tribe somehow. I don't know. I'm just realizing all this. The other one is Rustling Around. And recently, I think it's been a week, YouTube recommended Remy. I think her channel is called Remy's Healing. And then she mentioned someone in her chat, and then she mentioned that something was going on in one of her videos that I was watching, which was also a recommended video. And I clicked it and I watched it, and she mentioned Rob Odinson. And today, December 20th, Monday, Rob was doing a live. So I jumped into the live and I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. And oh my god, it's like the threads of the tapestry linked in a point where I realized there's a puzzle piece I'm holding that they should see. It's been a really weird few days, okay? Because I have felt like I'm in the middle of all these people that are connected, that somehow are connected on their own in a way. But if I'm in the picture, they're all connected in this insane, ridiculous way. So, the reading I did earlier today with the 3 Oracles title links to somehow is I don't even know how to say this. It's like a different point of view, like something being witnessed by multiple people, but it's from multiple points of view. I think that's a good, I don't know, I hope I'm giving everybody respect because this is so awkward for me. Usually I'm in my own little YouTube bubble over here. And what I know, what's been shown to me is it's the beginning of something. It's like a great gathering. I was really in deep. I can't even call it thought or contemplation. Like I was somewhere else about this. And I kept seeing a conversation being had between people. And then that conversation was echoing between other people, and then it kept echoing and echoing. And then it was like in this vision state, there was somebody standing next to me, and that being, that guide, told me, You're witnessing, you are witnessing the birthing of the new legends. And I was just supposed to bring this thread together for them. So, them, all of you, all of us, we're all playing so many different, not roles, we're all expressing certain aspects, features. It's like different organs in the body. Apparently, the information is being brought through different channels due to the variation of frequency and bandwidth, kind of like different rays of color, or like different notes and different sounds. But if you listen to all of it, it's kind of one song. I hope that makes sense to you. Let me just share. And we'll grab some cards. I apologize for the lack of a proper setting. I really don't have enough room right now. So, what I want to know, it feels like there's something that's been rewritten lately. And what I was telling you earlier before my mom called, since December 1st, and this is going to be really numerological, so I want you to not think about the all the possibilities. Think about the immediate beep, beep, beep thoughts that you get and the feelings, okay? So don't try to overanalyze it, kind of thing. Just listen. On December 1st, it was 12/1/2021. On December 12th, it was 12/12/2021. Tomorrow, it's 12/21/2021. Okay? On December 21st, 2012, I was at a Ayahuasca ceremony, and that was the day me and the Leo got engaged. It was a really magical night. It was astounding. But I remember at one point, one of the visions I was having, the roof of the building, there was a glass part. It was like a cabin in the hills kind of place where we were having the ceremony. And it was so beautiful because you could see all the stars. And the ceremony was held at 11:11 p.m., going into the night all the way until 11:11 a.m. And before the sun came up, it was like maybe 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I don't know exactly. But it was when there were no clouds and the stars were out. The stars started looking like they were being funneled into this spiral. felt like I was passing out. Like, you know how everything spins kind of when you pass out. But I was sitting still. And I could see the spiral move in front of me. And it was just like all the light, all the stars were going into it. But then everything flipped over like 180 degrees. And I could see behind where they were being funneled into, they were coming out. And in that place, this guy there, how do I word this? Oh my God. It was like, instead of being black, it was white. The stars, instead of being whitish blue, they were goldish silver. It was so much. The planets were different. The people were different. It was like the air was lighter. Everywhere. Like even traveling through space, it was like people were just traveling through space. It was easy. Like they were riding some wave. And when I was watching this, there was a part of my physical body that felt a hand on me. And then when my awareness came out of that spiral, I saw a woman that was covered in vines. Like all sorts of foliage was growing on her. And she looked at me and she kind of did a shh whisper type of thing. And then faded. Like just faded. And I don't really remember much else of that night. But that's one thing I'm unable to get out of my mind's memory at all. It's vivid, it's clear, it's like it happened yesterday. Tomorrow is 12/21/2021. It's the reverse day of that day I had that ayahuasca experience. It's like the convergence, the middle point, the little squeezy, portally, tunnely, eggshell shaped, depending on how you look at it, from which angle you're moving at it, a doorway, a point of transformation, a nexus point, kind of moment in time where, if you remember, a year or two ago, I was telling you about a dream I had where I was watching my life from a window, and then that window became a TV screen where it was just like life was flashing faster and faster and faster, like a camera reel. And then at some point, the camera reel stopped and it started shaking, and the reel broke. And the picture looked like a Polaroid or like a Kodak kind of thing being removed. And behind it was this massive, lush, green, verdant canopy of life. I have no words to do it justice of what I saw. And it felt like I could finally breathe. It's that point. Something is happening within the next 24 hours of recording this video. where energies are going to play out. And what I'm being shown right now is a butterfly, where energies are being slowly, like the chaos theory, one small thing here, one small message there, one small seed here. And suddenly, before you know it, it's an entire ecosystem. I feel intimidated by this energy. I don't say that often. I feel like something massive is happening. And I want to know about it. Because I'm being shown all these things, but I'm not being given the options to do anything within the physical world. What I'm being shown to do is to relay these messages to you. I feel like my entire body is shaking. And it's almost like the same sensation I'm being shown of the air touching the earth. And it's just trembling. They're not touching. They're just trembling right next to each other. And then what brings them together is the person that walks and bridges the air and the earth with their skin. Come on. The Star Mother. Look at all those roses. Look at all those roses. Remy has a video on her channel called 1,000 Roses. The rose symbology has come up in every channel I've mentioned. They have mentioned specifically the significance of a rose in their recent videos within the recent week. Anything? I'm not even going to ask anything. I'm not even going to talk. I'm just letting you do your thing. Boundaries, the initiation, the age of light, and share your voice. Bottom of the deck is the Pleiades. Do you see what I see? So, the Star Mother, boundaries, and the initiation. Give me a minute. Oh my goodness, I had to yawn. This looks like someone waiting on the other side of that. Do you see that? other energy is bringing someone, something. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't say that. Oh my God. I'm not going to say it. You can see this, right? You see it, right? Look at the pictures, not the words. What do you see? My hands are shaking. And then look at this. You've only allowed yourself to inch out of that cave. And you're right there. You don't even realize how close to it you are. Look at all those hands reaching for it. And the energy used to protect. Look at the colors. Look at the labyrinth. You had to go through something that no one's ever going to comprehend. But it's like a stamp on you now. Look, the spiral, the crown. But look at how these hands are reaching. They're not very gentle. They're not reaching to caress. They're reaching to take something. And that person's not fighting. That energy isn't fighting. It's like it's being revealed. To reveal. And then to reveal a deeper layer of how to reveal. By revealing, which takes away the power. Because you revealed the intent. It's like when you blatantly see it, you simply say no, and you're very firm in your no, aren't you? Like if somebody walks up to you and says, that's an absurd example. Okay, but sure, it drives the point home. If somebody walks up to you and says, hey, I'm going to helicopter drop a semi truck on this family of ducks. And you're like, just dumbfounded, somebody's asking you that question, right? You're kind of just standing there. And then they're like, okay, we're going to drop it if you agree. And you're like, no. But if you don't agree, they don't drop it. If you agree, they drop it. You immediately say no, right? I mean, I'm laughing kind of with you if you're saying, go ahead and drop it. But seriously, like your first instinct is a very firm no. Or if somebody says they're going to drop a mail truck on top of your head, the first thing you're going to say is no. You're not going to fight it. You're not going to put them up and do a little boxing move. first thing is you're going to immediately create an energetic boundary and say no. No. The power lies in your solar plexus, your Earth star, your, I feel the Pleiadian energy, your root chakra and your sacral are cups that hold the energy. Your pure emotional dominant will take, like, when you say no, it means no. Regardless, it means no. 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 That feeling, when you can harness that motherly sternness, it looks and feels to someone with synesthesia like that pale pastel purple. It's almost so many different colors, but it's just faint, isn't it? But you know it's there. It's like sage to a negative entity. Like, they're not going to walk right next to the sage bush. There is a sage bush. That sage bush doesn't even have to burn itself. It immediately says no, because it is what it is. So utilize the wisdom of the rose and embody your no as an auric ripple, as an auric thorn. If you have to draw Rob was saying it earlier today, to draw the runes on your body. Please check out his channel, Rob Odinson. Please check out his channel. I'm so glad it popped up. I'm so glad. For all of them. No, the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, is what it says. The power lies within the feminine, both in the physical and the energetic, while in the divine and the energetic. With the physical, the body has to come into alignment with male and female, somehow, within yourself, because the body's being hidden, right? Oh, look, kind of like me. Be more like your next evolutionary step. If you think of your human vessel right now, of your current vessel, whatever species it might be, what is your next logical step forward? This person here is sitting there and they're not moving. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. So if you want to clear persecution, you require expression. So you're stuck in this cave, supposedly, right? And your initiation is to move through that cave. In order to move through that cave, you have to balance the Divine Mother frequency within into the Age of Light, which means a different version of you that has boundaries within yourself that says, I will not allow this essence to be something I dream of having. I will allow this essence to be all around me and my garment. And I'm simply sitting here to rest for a minute, because she truly knows she is part of the divine. The energy to dissipate and to cancel and to transmute is the violet flame, which is of the divine. So to share your expression, the light being shown over there, it's like the divine is looking for you. There's someone out there that needs what you have. Kind of like me coming across all these different people, and I'm noticing all these different people are next to each other, but not all of them know of each other. Maybe if I tell them, like, hey, you know this person, and this person's talking about this person, and they're talking about this person, but you don't know this because they're over there and you're over here. Get it? It's like a thread coming in, bringing people together. Kind of like Sailor Moon going to all the random different Sailor Scouts and going like, hey, you guys. And then they're like, oh my God, we're amazing. We're Sailor Scouts. You know? Like, hey, you guys, do you guys see how ridiculously awesome you are? As a collective message, this is the initiation to the age of light, and what's required is for you to have boundaries within yourself. Oh my goodness, it's a pyramid. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was a spotlight. Look at that. It is a pyramid. Focus. Thank you. Look at that beauty. I thought those were cities and buildings with a spotlight from a star. Oh my God, it's pyramids in a mountain range. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, your vibration is moving. Focus. Your vibration is moving so much. Your physical vessel is integrating with its light vessel, and you're being asked to be more responsible with your energy, how you think, how you act, how you feel, and what you feed your body. Because in the higher realms, the behavior you're exhibiting now, regardless of how high you are on vibration, okay? This is no knock to anybody. This is pure messages coming, like, this is, I don't know what this is. Oh my God. The vibration that you're going to be if you are the same. Like, if you're here now and you're moving into this new this realization of heaven that's been all around you, then your behavior is going to seem really bad over here. It's going to be you dragging yourself back down over here to this level. Do you get it? Like Chutes and Ladders. You're up here and you don't eat meat, for example, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have a chicken nugget. Oop, there you go. You're back here in the 3D matrix again. Like with the BS problems. But it, like, and then you get back up here, you ascend, you do your thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go have a drink. Bloop, and you're back down here again. So be certain that this pathway you're moving through, that you allow that water, that violet energy, to show you all the things that genuinely are low vibration that you have become accustomed to. It's okay. There is nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with who you've been at all. Oh wow, this is getting a little deeper than there's nothing wrong with who you've been. Okay? And what I'm about to say might hurt a little bit. But you're going to have to let this version of you rest in peace. Because, like I was saying earlier, the version of you that walks out of that cave is not the version of you that sat there transmuting how you feel. It is the evolved version of you, is it not? So this version of you has to go. And I just heard in the back of my mind the video Promise Kept by Gaia, to grieve for the versions of you that will never grow old. They will never, like the person you were last week doesn't exist anymore. The person you were before you clicked this video doesn't exist anymore. The person you were an hour, two, however long ago, isn't who you are anymore. It's constantly changing. Are you honoring who you are going into this age of light, so that the light that's emitting from you is authentically yours? It's your light. It's your song. It's not theirs. No matter how weird it is, it's yours. You want to put your friggin' eyeliner on, what is it, vertically instead of horizontally or sideways? Go for it. You want to walk around with rainbow runes on you? Go for it. You want to wear robes instead of pants? Go for it. Be fucking weird. Be weird. What's your problem? Why are you letting other people decide how you physically appear in this world? From wearing socks, to wearing pants, to hair color, to what you do with your face, what you do with your genitals, or your bodily features, your body hair, your surroundings, your decorations, your whatever. How dare you disrespect the divinity within yours by letting grubby little hands dictate what you do, just so they can feel comfortable in their conformity? You want to wear a freaking suit of armor? Go for it. You want to be like Superman and wear your underwear outside your pants? You go for it. You do it, buddy. You want to grow your beard and become a Viking and wear fur? Do it humanely, but go for it. Right? This is you. In order to become the next you in this age of light, you have to be you. Sometimes crying and taking a nice hot bath is the best rebirth you can give yourself. And then coming out of that bath, having a cup of herbal tea, saying a prayer to your water, and just being gentle with your body. Look at this. You're doing it, right? You're sharing your voice. Kind of like me right now, right? I'm here, I'm sharing my voice, but I'm kind of dimmed. And the reason I'm dimmed is because of pointless, stupid physical world problems, which were created because of thought patterns and energies and beliefs. Things I didn't want to see. Do you? being drawn to the pyramid and the eye. And I'm going to put this as gently as I can. The deceit that we did not want to see, we will see. Oh, we will see. And it will be like a moment of dumbfounded enough. Because you just can't not see it anymore. That symbol is sacred and holy. Do you remember its intent? The all-seeing eye of the Great Mother. But also the doorway to the womb. Do you see? The distortions will end. All you have to do is say enough. When have you had enough of all the illusions, delusions, the vultures, the thieves, the liars, the deceivers, the distorters, the ones that think they're lost to the light, those too ravenous to recognize themselves? When do you open your eyes and tell the universe, I might be a part of this world, but I'm not of it. And you will have no part in the insanity. Instead, you choose to be kind, to be gentle, to be honest, to be loving, to be wise, to be caring, to be forgiving, to be limitless, to be a creator, to be you, to allow that light to come from source and wash you clean, therefore washing the entire solar system clean. Do you see that? And then there's the rod. I think it's the rod of Hermes. I'm not certain. The two serpents. It's your spine and your shoulder blades. What if those are your wings? What if the way to spread your wings is to embody that feeling all around you so that space opens and your wings expand? you want to pretend you're wearing a robe? And that the wisdom and knowledge that was gifted to you to protect and to share and to teach and guide the maiden, mother, and crone. Do you want to keep using that knowledge to support them and yourself? Or do you want to keep allowing others to distort it, to villainize it, to taint it? How much more of this? You can't close your eyes to the physical world while just dabbling in the ethers. All those that know what's going on are creating so many waves that in the other realms, more work is having to be done because of the lack of this. It's like the waters are churning, and it's been your sign to share your voice. But you've been dimming. And because of that, your tribe, the Age of Light, can't really bring you in because you haven't left. You haven't even left that cave. And your initiation, if you're watching this, be gentle. Like Cindy says, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle. There's no need to fight. It's so immature. It's so unregal. And you're a child of royalty. The Great Mother. Are you excluded from her children? What if you saw her? What if she graced you face to face and stood before you? Would you even recognize her? Focus, please. Hello. Don't hung at me. You focus right now. Come on. I want you to see her face. It's important. Come on. Please. Just a little focus. What if I put it here? No? Oh, how lame. Oh, but you're going to focus all the way over here. Look, it looks like the Mona Lisa, doesn't it? It just looked like that card was floating. Like, my stomach is grumbling. I'm so hungry. Oh my God. It's time to answer your deepest calling. What is going on with my voice? I was just shown, wow, what is going on? I was just shown Okay. I was shown. What the fuck? I was just shown. Oh my god. An Amazon from Themyscira attempting to do accounting. And that's what you look like to the gods. Oh, transformation and protection. Things are changing at a cellular level. There is deep healing. Look, the DNA. It's not even a double helix or a 12-strand helix. It's something completely different. You see that? Come on. Look right here. You see it? It is a planet, it's a jewel, but it looks like a planet, and it looks like a little pale blue dot. And if you look at that this way, it looks like the rotation of planets moving across a galaxy or a solar system. Like, see it? Above the equator, below the equator, above, below. And then there's a point where, thank you. See? See it? You see how there's a point where, right when it's at the end, right there and right there, it's a perfect balance point. No matter like which way you look at it, you can't really say it's above or below, but it's negative or positive, can you? You can't say that that's the highest frequency or that that's the highest frequency, right? So the way you look at duality needs to change a little bit, planetary wide. Think about it in a way where if you were living with a collection of different species of humanoids, so like one race would be cats, one race would be dogs, one race would be lions, one race would be tigers, one would be bears, the other one would be like birds, another one would be maybe like, I don't know, elephants, right? Just in a variety of life. And everybody was, their goal from source is that they all work together to experience life. But somehow, one little human, one little species is sitting over there going, I'm not a part of that. I'm just over here by myself. Kind of like me. I'm just over here by myself in this little tiny corner of YouTube right now with barely like 400 subscribers. I can barely do live chats with people. Like there's not even like barely any chat or super chat options on there. I'm just kind of right over there in the corner. But then there's like this entire collective of life, all these soul tribes and soul family all over the world, all over the universe. But somehow, little old human species is over here going all by themselves. How did those pyramids get built? Woo woo. Let's go to work. Let's make money. Let's argue about politics. Let's twiddle our thumbs in this cave. And the entire universe is holding space for you, for the entire human species. to transform. They're waiting for you to lift up and join them. The human species at an eclipse point, where after this point, you cannot dim your light anymore. You can't walk out of this cave and say that you didn't see the other side. You can't look at the same river and see the same river twice. The water is always different. Everything changes. Now is the time of the great gathering. The legends are being connected. It's like everyone is coming from their own universes and they're merging at some point. I'm going to shuffle and see if that comes out again. I hope the audio is okay. Someone told me there was an issue with the audio in one of the videos. Just say yes. Notice the pyramid, the three women, and or three beings, and then the energy being channeled in. It's like two suns or maybe four suns with their planetoids, satellites. And the energy is being pulled in and then released out into the world. And look at you coming out of your cave. Look, right down there. It's time to join the family in Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? Where? For me, I keep seeing a place that has cedar trees. It's like in the mountains somewhere. It's really like the trees I see, they're all different colors. It's like a forest of multicolors. I don't know, like a bunch of different trees. But there's water and mountains and stuff. Russell was talking about wanting to go visit Cindy in Canada. Cindy was talking about wanting to visit something in the States, I think. I'm not certain. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. Ireland feels like home to me. But Ireland feels so barren lately. Why are there no trees? Or like, why are there very few trees, you know? Why is it so many fields and plains of greenery, like rolling hills? It should be an entire emerald canopy. The entire island should be an entire jungle. I was talking to someone about this a few weeks ago. Why are the trees so short? Think about it. Planet-wide on planet Earth, the only species of trees that get past a certain amount of, like, I don't know, 30 feet, like a building, a 2-story, 3-story building. It's like sequoia trees, almost. There may be some baobab trees and stuff. But really, why are the trees so small? Something was done to the planet. Something was changed. Those ruins weren't always ruins. Those mountains weren't always mountains. At one point, there was a city there. But now you see it as a rubble, as a mountain range. Where's that other card? Like that. And you're like, oh my God, what is that? But at some point, that gate that you're so afraid of walking through was actually a rite of passage thousands of years ago. It was like the entryway towards the great temples or something, you know? But now, because of your human self being so secluded from the rest of your star family, you think it's scary to go through there. But before, you would jump through there like a hopscotch, you know, whatever away. Like you just jump right through it. A great gathering again down there. I'm not taking it. I want it to fly up. This is an hour long. Oh my God. If you guys have stuck around, you guys are part of a crowd that Source is talking to in ways that I fully cannot comprehend. I'm looking at it and I can see what I'm looking at, but to try to comprehend it in a physical world type of way, it's like seeing a picture so intricate and trying to explain to you what's going on in the picture. It will be like describing 10 movies at once to you. And each of those 10 movies have like 100 different subplots. And in order for you to comprehend what's happening in each and every movie, I'd have to explain to you each and every character in each and every movie, in each and every possible variation of that. And it's just too much. Because the way I'm looking at it, it's playing out like a old movie reel where you're looking at it and it's like rolling around and it's playing a scene for me around the fire. And I can see the story play out. And where we're at right now, this point, it's the point where we're being asked to recognize that we're about to see something and experience something that changes this generation of human beings into legends of generations to come. You're going to be the mythological character in a storybook somewhere beyond your genetic capacity to comprehend right now. Because you have had a limited view of life. You think you know, but there is so much you don't even know about the simplest sensation of touch. You don't know it. And you don't even know that you don't know it. And you don't even know that you don't know that you don't know something. Because it's being hidden from you by a sense of arrogance. A sense of, this is it, this is the ceiling. No, the ceiling is the surface of the next level. And if you behave badly, you break through the ceiling and you fall back down. But the next time you fall back down, it's going to be a lot more painful because it's going to get a lot more literal because the universe wants you to learn it quickly, instantly. So it's going to make it immediately instant to you so that you can course correct immediately because it's time for people to protect each other and themselves from each other and themselves. And you can only do that by being wise, kind, and compassionate, being patient, being the cool-headed person, being a person that is reliable, stable, full of integrity, someone who will pick up those dishes and wash them without being asked, someone who will clean the floors without being asked, no matter whose house you're in. You want me to clean your house? Let me help you. Like, no offense intended. Let me help you. Do you need assistance with anything? Someone who's genuinely a part of a community. Hey, I grew these extra tomatoes. Here, have them. I know you like to jar stuff. Hey, I know you have kids. Here's some groceries this week. Just because I thought you could use some. It's all a bunch of snacks for the kids, but they're healthy. Like, why aren't people doing these things for each other? Why are their hands closed when they should be linked? Why? It's time to ask yourselves as a species, are you really ready to claim that you're in the fifth dimension and higher when you can't even comprehend a certain specific method of energy work? And you call yourself a creator and instant manifester, but you are unable to move a piece of paper without touching it. It's not even a point of being as a human species, of being with training wheels. You're not even ready to get on the device that uses training wheels. That's how far the entire species is from its core limitless capacity. Limitless. What you're experiencing now is a fragment. Why is this flipped? It's insignificant to what you really are. Eventually, you'll be able to think of an apple and plop it right in front of you, instantly, like it's child's play. But you can't do that right now because some of you, the entire species, we all share this thread. There is a sense of pettiness. Petty is the only word for it, isn't it? It's simple. It's petty. It's a vibration of petty. No matter which way, no matter how extreme or how non-extreme, that negative energy that brings you down stems from a seed that was planted, and that seed was the intent of petty. Petty. Pointless. A waste. The only reason it exists is it shows you that it's pointless to go this way. It's petty. So the way to go is unity. Instead of being petty and denying connection with others and source for that light to shine through all, to bloom that desert. You want to connect your hands. You don't want to block it off. Instead of blocking it off, you want to open and connect that ring. Do you see how my thoughts have to jump forward and then backwards, and then go forward and then bring it back to you again? Because a part of your conscious mind, when it's listening, it's having to filter like a static charge, like an electricity that's silent in your mind, that goes off, and there's a party that blocks it off from being heard by the God self, from being comprehended by the God self. Some part of you looks at it at a surface level. Look deeper. Look deeper within yourself. There's something in you. If you lived like my great-grandmother, who had a farm, my grandfather had a vineyard, an apple orchard, they had businesses running based off of the produce that they grew. My dad used to do internet wire things, like phone wires and stuff. It was insane. Would you be able to live with someone as simple as me from the 1980s, or someone like my great-grandmother from the 1880s? Can you even imagine that? 1980. My world was completely different. The internet didn't even exist until I was 20 years old. And And then the internet was there. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then we had AOL and then the modem sound. I used to work at a Blockbuster Video, for God's sake. And you think that you would believe or be able to handle unity with a giant minotaur-looking creature that's staring you down with actual massive fucking fangs and teeth and like a huge head with horns and teeth, and it has huge hooves, and you know it's breathing heavily, and it's craving some kind of wild boar. But then there's a creature that's a humanoid wild boar, and they're like, you know, can you even begin to handle all of that? If someone from the 1980s is like a lightning bolt to your culture, and they're like, what the fuck, you drank from the water hose? You slept on the grass in the front yard? What? You can start fires with your hands? Like, what? You can teleport and fly to different planets? You have spaceships that are like made out of diamonds or out of light? You know, you travel interdimensionally? Oh, there's a council of light? Oh my god. Divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realm. Someone from almost every major religious group. The ones that didn't allow themselves to get too distorted, at least. Regardless of what some of their followers do. Do you see what I see? Is it the quote-unquote rapture? Or is it the ascension of the human race, realizing they are gods among the stars? And they need nothing, not even a spaceship, to travel through space. Because they are all within the body of God. Why would God require a ship within itself to travel from and to itself? It is all thyself. Walk, or fly, glide, and allow the flow, or navigate, resist, and move back and forth. The choice is yours. There's a bridge there you can walk across. There's a planet you can fly across. There's a surface you can walk across. There's multiple different planets, one here, one here. There's an entire infinity for you to explore. Or you can stay human and walk around. It's up to you, isn't it? Now, this being up to you, each and every single one of you, at what point are you going to wholeheartedly, open-heartedly, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, you and your ego both at the same time saying, enough, this is what I want? At what point are you going to make a real intent? The Council of Light. Councils, you have my respect. The work you're doing here is astounding, and I can feel that there are multiple different energies that have been assisting in transmitting this message to the collective. So thank you. all of this flipped over, so we're not going to take all of this, but again, how are you being called to step up and to lead? Now, this isn't sharing your voice. This is for a different group of you. The first group is to share the voice, which is everybody, not just one or two, everybody. But now, this priestess, those of you that are being called to lead, when are you going to lead so that these gates can open, so that the collective can come through the gates, being led by the leaders who have guidance from the priestesses? Do you remember when I was telling you about the world I came from, kind of, sort of, where the women, the people that were divine hermaphrodite, they were in positions of leadership. Then it was the dual spirit type of people, the two spirit, but it wasn't a hierarchy. In that universe, in that world, the women, the priestesses, the intuitives, the mothers, they were the wise ones. They were the ones that no war was waged without them. Nothing was, like, there was no violence because there was never a need for it. There was always the boundaries between everybody, that wisdom that everyone understood and comprehended. Thou shalt not harm. And sometimes people with a lot of testosterone are born that create violence, and they can't help it. It's just hormonal because the species has been tampered with. So maybe some of you, from mothers to grandmothers to sisters, aunts, daughters, friends, priestesses, it doesn't matter if you have a womb or not. You know when you are a priestess. You know when you are a priest, a shaman, a mystic, a druid, a sage, a seer, a rune keeper, a scribe. You know that you have some group that is connected to you. It could be 10 people, it could be 1,000,000 people, it could be 1,000 people, it could just be one person, it could be a bird, it could be a squirrel down the street, it could be your granny or your sister or yourself, even just you and your cat. I mean, it could be anything, but you are being asked to take the leadership role in your life. I'm being asked to share with you that you should emulate the sensation of having golden wings. To imagine what it feels like to be covered by a golden veil and to feel golden wings. I'm getting a lot of back pain right now where my wing blades would be. And it's really unpleasant. And I'm being shown gold dripping and covering the skeletal structure of wings. And from that, the warmth of the gold and the electric conductivity of the gold creates these shimmers that create the density of light between the blades, that bring together the blades. Get it? It's like the gap in between fills with a golden, warm, healing light within you, the Christ light, for example, if you want to put a word on it, the light of compassion. It fills the places that need to be filled. But in order to gain that, in order to truly comprehend that, you have to accept the part of you that is the leader. not just the seer, not just the witness, but the leader. This card flipped up, but I haven't checked it yet, so. Mirror. There's the roses again. And Russell and Rob were talking about the smoky mirror. So you should definitely check those two out. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you look a certain way. When you look at yourself in a video, you look a certain way. When you look at yourself in a photograph, you look a certain way. When an individual looks at you, they see you looking a certain way. It's different for each person that looks at you because their physical eye structure is completely unique to yours due to the amount of cones within the eye. Cones. So they see you differently. When you drink less water, which I should do apparently, your skin changes. When you eat different foods, your skin, your body changes. Your hair texture changes, your eye color changes, your eye size, your everything changes. When you hold energy in a certain part of you, it changes that physical part of you. So if you're constantly sad or crying, you might get frown lines. If you're constantly squinting your eyebrows in confusion, you might look like you have those angry kind of lines in between your forehead. If you, I don't know, you know what I mean. I don't need to give you more examples. It's something different happens due to you doing something different. If you guys know about physical manifestation of your physical form and how to manifest or co-create your physical form energetically, then you know that the sensations you feel can be moved to specific parts of your body to emit that energetic vibration from that part of your body. So the mirror is telling you what's triggering you is what I was talking about in the recent video of shadow work. You're not seeing what you're not seeing, and you don't even know that you're not seeing it. And then when you hear your shadow self complain at you, you think it's berating you or tearing you down, when what it's doing is pointing to you at the thing you don't want to look at. And the only way it can get you to hear it is by it being really crude to you and criticizing you. Everyone has it. Do you comprehend it now? If you look at it with the wisdom of roses, then you realize a thorn is just there because it's what it does. It's there to show you, hey, I didn't grow a flower here because I was too lazy. I just grew a stump instead of a flower. Get it? It just grew a point to protect itself. Maybe at some point, instead of that thorn blooming into a rosebud, it bloomed into a thorn because something happened in that rose's life experience that caused it to feel defensive. So it grew a thorn instead of a rose. And then time passed and another bloom started, and that bloom turned into a rose because it felt safe. So you can't judge yourself or others for their wrinkles, for their sound, for their scent, for their job, for their history, for their past, for their possibilities. None of it. Everything you think is off with someone else is what's off in you. And what's off in you is you thinking something is off in someone else. Get it? When someone is really missing the source connection and they're really disconnected from their light, their kindness, their humanity, It's so, what's the word? It's so insatiable that the world hears of it. It's like the opposite of being the beloved. It's like being the hated. When you know that, that doesn't trigger you, does it? That gets you to hold up that vibration, the boundary, and you take lead. But when you see physical flaws, or financial flaws, or spiritual flaws, or mental flaws in others, something triggers you, doesn't it? That's your demon. You find it by noticing what it is you don't want to be noticing, and you notice it because it brings negative energy to you. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. That's that messenger coming to you saying, hey, this is what you don't want to deal with. And you're like, I don't want to deal with that. And the messenger is like, yeah, I know. I didn't want to bring you this message. But here we are. So are you going to do the thing? Or do I have to bring you another message? And you're like, I don't want to deal with this. And then the universe is like, okay, well, I'm just going to bring you this other message from over here. And you're like, well, it's the same thing. What do you want me to do with it? And the universe is like, do the thing. And you're like, what thing? And the universe is like, the thing you do that only you do. What thing? Just be you. Stop worrying about your reflection. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking. They don't want to be as mean to you as you are to yourself. They don't want to be, you don't want to have your energy or another person's energy and then emulate what they think of themselves to them. So if I think that, my hands are too fucking big, right? Boom. Then you are going to end up somehow thinking, oh my God, those hands are huge. But you don't want to think that about me at all, do you? It's some random thought somewhere along the fucking connection, the web, the waters that connect our rose vines, where someone has an energetic thought, and because you didn't take lead or have boundaries, or you didn't allow yourself to flow with life on either side of you, that energy becomes stuck in you, and then you go, oh my God, look at those hands, are so big. Because you didn't allow yourself to recognize what you don't like about your own hands. You didn't dance with life. Instead, you looked at life and said, you can't dance. What are you doing? Because you were afraid to dance. So you tried to make other people be afraid and embarrassed of dancing. And now you get to see, is that really what I did? Is that really what I think of myself? Is this really what a human being is meant to be? Is the way we're living really the way we're supposed to be living? Shouldn't we be living with nature and in cities and towns and villages? And shouldn't we all be known for something and have our own, amazing uniqueness shining bright into the world? Like here's, Betty Boop, the amazing dancer. Here is Betty Crocker, the world-renowned baker. Here's friggin' Martha Stewart. Like you don't even want to know what she's good at. Like here's, baby Jesus. He's the king of compassion. Like everybody has a role. But instead, we're Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. We are male, female, or other. We are, Asian, Eastern, Pacific, or white, or Hispanic, or Black, or African, or whatever all those check boxes are. We're, employed or unemployed. We're disabled or or retired, or veterans or something. Like, come on. You really want to go talk to my great grandma about this? Or is she going to be like, hey, you want to go walk around the garden? You want to go swim? Let's go ride a horse. Should we invent something? What should we plant next? How else should we make this scenery we're in more beautiful so that we can sit here and enjoy the scenery and the scent of the flowers and the trees and hear the buzzing of the bees and how every day they do something different. Every moment it's something different. And then leave the infinite possibility of nature and God to create for you a scene in front of you every moment of your life. While you have your friends, your family, your everybody on the entire planet completely at peace. Because everybody's minding their own fucking business with their own fucking families, with their own fucking friends. Nobody has a need for money because everybody can manifest everything instantly, or they can create it. And then there's infinite resources because they realize the earth is infinite and there's no limit to anything. Somebody just lied and wanted to control it while giving the rest of us breadcrumbs. Like holding the rose bush and only throwing petals to us, and we're like, give us those petals. No, bitch, you own the entire fucking rose petal. The entire desert is yours to blossom. When are you going to dance through life? It's time for the human species to comprehend what it is. And you're going to be shown. You're going to follow leaders that will lead with kindness. And you're going to be with your tribe. Each of you, your own universe, coming together to create something completely beautiful and full of light, to bring life back where life was taken away from. Like going to the Grand Canyon, and instead of it being a Grand Canyon, it's now a lush rainforest with trees and forests and rivers and homes and, Starbuckses and some mom and pop shops and amazing like small businesses and little villages and gardens and schools and churches of, true belief system religions, not just indoctrination type of things, not cults type things, but like real, a human religion where kindness and compassion and truth, honor, justice, love, wisdom, they're held in high regard instead of punishment and violence and deceit and he said and she said and different violent things. Like, no more of that. Violent tendencies get treated with mental assistance immediately and energetic assistance. They get treated with therapy. All homes and all gardens, instead of being blank and full of grass, they get fruit and flowers, kiwis and grapes depending on the climate, vines growing on the building, edible fruit trees all across the cities. The rest of the cities, the roofs and everything, fill them with plants. Have the entire world rebloom and stop treating each other like we're separate, and instead take leadership and gather together. Each of us bringing something different, a different point in time, a different marker for where the sun shines. You point, your shadow will point to a different way. So this is where you need your ego, where your light self is in the higher realms. Your physical self and your ego are here, and together with others who are here in this plane, in this matrix. When the light shines, our shadows, our physical bodies will point the way towards which way to go together. Get it? So you need your shadow and your ego. That's what's going to help you. That's your best friend. You need that immovable shadow self that you thought you had to destroy. You need your chakra system you thought you had to get rid of. You need your shadow self healed and integrated. You need to be hand in hand with it. It's the only way. It's the only way to get through that. the crumbling of the world you knew, the tower. Mary Magdalene is also known as the tower. Magdalene in an old language means to burn it. I will burn it. Magdalene. It also means I will freeze it. It's an expression of like I will burn it or I will freeze it, like an alchemical destructive force. It means the tower, and Mary Magdalene is also associated with the Holy Grail. And then we also have the garden right there, a whole brand new way to see the world that was obstructed due to a vibration of something that was immovable. It was scary, it was daunting, it was so overbearing, like the Eye of Sauron in Mount Mordor. But it was just, it's like a thing, like the original kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of heaven is within you. You are heaven. So that lie, that reality was made into an illusion and put behind something. And then you were shown this and said that this is a reality. And what's happening is that is being removed so you can see what reality really is. And in that moment, that's when you get to I just heard fall to your knees and revel in the gratitude you will feel for how grateful you will feel that all along it was just a nightmare. You were just having a bad dream. There she is again, the Star Mother. But this time it's Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So it's not the mother of God, it's the grandmother of God. Can you even imagine? Like this entire time you thought God was the universe and the universe is all there is. Well, whoops, now there's a mother of God, a great central core, right? And then, oh my goodness, now you realize that there's an entire, like something where the multi metaverse is in. Like there's something more than that. Yeah, it's called infinity, dingus. It's been the divine plan, the seeding. Remember what I told you in the video I did earlier today with the 3 oracles, that your tears and your seeds, your comments, your quotes, those things you say in chat rooms, the comments you leave in videos, the likes you give videos. And I'm not saying this to give a like to the video, but like when you put those likes, channel owners won't tell you this mostly, but they make people smile. So when you click that button, when you leave a comment, when you send someone like a pony or something, I don't know, when you buy someone a spaceship, like a Lamborghini, or you like a house, when you first walk into your own house, like when you experience those moments, it sends a ripple out through time. It's like watering those seeds that were planted eons ago, and suddenly it's everywhere, all across the sea, all across the planet. And what you thought was one planet, you're like, oh, we're saved, we're on planet Earth, we evolved, we ascended, yay, it's a 5th dimension. Bitch, you don't even know that the Earth was just a fucking satellite to a planet like Jupiter, and that Jupiter and Saturn are supposed to be one planet that were separated due to a cataclysm, and that Earth, Mars, and Venus were supposed to be orbiting that massive planet, and Mercury was all the way in the center of those 2 giant gas planets. Yep, there you go. Like, And you're still thinking, oh, yay, we're in Kansas. Oh, look, looks like Rivendell. Like, bitch, you're not even in the solar system anymore. Like, not to be disrespectful, but look at her face. It's so snarky. It's kind of like, and you thought it was going to be scary. You thought the bad guys were going to win. Is that what you thought? Oh, that's cute. Like, look at what was standing all above you the entire time, and you thought it was the sky. When the sky was just her robe, and she was standing there taking care of you. Can you even imagine that? Like, you look up into the sky, and you literally see the sky move like the flowing fabric of a massive celestial cosmic entity goddess being who's not the mother of God. It's not Gaia. It's not, Tiamat in its full form. It's not some matrix construct. It's the grandmother of God. The entire universe was just a seam on her shoulder pad or something. And you were just some teeny, weeny little person going, and clanging little singing bowls and lighting sage and incense for millennia. And the entire time, she was looking at you going, look at these little babies. Look at these little babies, smashing each other with sticks and stones, breaking castles and building castles, fighting over thrones, not even seeing who they are. Look at these little babies. Aren't they cute? And then right when you guys start to screw each other up real bad, she goes and opens her arms. Surprise, bitch. It's such a warm, comfortable energy. Look, the roses, the Buddha in the rose. Is that a Buddha in the rose, or am I seeing things? No, it looks like it to me. There's no Buddha in there. But it looks like there's a Buddha in the rose. There's wisdom in the ancient teachings. It's all been a divine plan for longer than you can imagine. Just grasp it in your mind. If the sky itself was the cloth, the fabric of some being, and you were just a baby being spawned and grown, and you were going to be that big, and that the planet you thought you were on is just a teeny weeny little moon, and sometimes the sky you thought you were seeing was actually the surface of the other planet that you're orbiting, and it was just that cloudy sky you thought was your cloudy sky, but really you're just orbiting a different planet, and you thought the moon was your satellite. The moon's just there to make sure you don't blow yourself up. Keeps you in check. Keeps you in cycles. It reminds you not to be total assholes. It's all the divine plan. It's been almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna put these over there. The awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new being, a new way of being, and integration. Oh my God. This is a long video. I should have done it live. Indy. I should have done it live, but I wouldn't have been able to get the messages as clearly. Are you ready to let the old world go? The old you? The Oakman and the Fairy Guide. To move forward, you must be compassionate. You must join with others that are not like you. You must extend a helping hand to each other. You must look at each other with gentle eyes. You have to see things from a different point of view. You have to see things from a different point of view. Do you see how it looks like a different species, a different space, a different face each time? What you're going to be looking at, it's going to be a lot. It's going to seem like it's too bright, like the density is too high, and they like you're going to be like, turn the volume down. But it's you that has to turn the volume up. You will be given a cup of your true self. A vision of your future self will be brought to you. You will see how you would behave, how you would think, how you would act, how you would feel if you were truly who you are. And then you get to decide, do I want to go forward as this new version of me? Or do I want to give up and surrender at where I am? Or do I want to move forward and see what I can become? It will take courage. I've been yawning so much, oh my goodness. Look, these just swapped out. Fairy Guide and Indy. The choice is yours on whether you allow yourself to become who you are. Nothing will be forced upon you. This is your initiation. Who you are is not who you will be. Who you will be is not who you will be. Who you will be after that is not who you will be after that. So it's time to let go. You cannot control who you are and who you're going to be based on overthinking. Because you make those choices in the moment, don't you? And those choices decide who you are. The diamond-hearted Dakini, Machego Abdron. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. I'm telling you, there's a red thread that connects us all, and the answer lies within our sacral, within the balance of the masculine and the feminine. Doesn't matter if you have ovaries or not. Is your masculine and feminine balanced? Are you devoted to yourself? Do you remember the line in The Last Unicorn? Your name is a golden bell. hung within my heart. I would break my body to pieces to call you once by your name. What's your name? In all the years I have done tarot, I have never received this card. Blue and yellow. My Bagro, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Notice how here, the red, the root chakra, the money, the finances, the physical sound, translations, the things you look at with your eyes, the light emitted by the ringing the bell of someone else's heart. Like it's like you're ringing the bell of someone's name. Look at this red that connects us and that mandala in the back. All those pokes, all those thorns, all those spokes, all the stars in the back on that white sky with the gold stars that I was telling you earlier. Oh my God. And look here. Yellow and blue, not white and red. Something changes and moves up. And the key, the arm that's being held up, the left arm, the arm of receiving, is closed and it's holding truth. Do you see that? The receptive feminine arm is pointing towards the new moon, and it is not receiving, it is holding something up and making a call to the tribe, right? It's showing something, it's pointing the way towards something new. Around this newness, there is a liquid light, the natural light of the earth, of Sophia. That light that connects all of us is right there. The thread that was within the root chakra of security, of money, of foundations, is now blue, and it's communication, truth, wrapping behind and around to reveal creativity and community, to give with this thread. Notice how the hand disappears within the thread. You can't see it, but it's giving of itself and this light into that thread to where it's changing from that darker blue to a beautiful pale blue. And here, where it should be receiving, the truth is, what do they say? It's better to give than to receive. Look. Maybe since it's Christmas time right now, you should buy a present for somebody, for yourself. Be good to you. Commemorate this moment in time. Give to others. My devotion attracts resources and support. What are you being attracted to that you could be a support and resource to? Instead of receiving something, give something and see what comes to you after. Play a little experiment with yourself. Don't do it for a selfish reason, because make certain it's something that is a resource or a support, not something that enables, something that is resourceful and supportive to somebody. Could be something as simple as a back rub, or taking the garbage out, or doing the laundry, but it's something that makes someone else smile. Remember I was telling you earlier about how people with channels like seeing the views, the comments and all that, and people that make billions love seeing even $100 rack up in their money. It's the little things, it's those little ripples in time. And instead of expecting something to come to you, you know it's coming because you're holding the hand like this. You're almost ready to do this. You're not holding the hand like this. It's like this. See? So you're saying, hey, the truth is over this way. pointing to there, and with this hand you're giving something back to the other collective. So whatever message you're getting here in this video, you're being asked to share something that you gained and pass it to the next person that it could benefit. Be a resource and a support. One more and then I'm going to close this out because it's 2 hours and I need to go get something to drink. Look at that. She's back again. The same two. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, okay. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. There's going to be something occurring in your life that you will have to face, and you're going to need to see it with an open heart. Your ego is going to lie to you. It's going to try to scare you. It's going to try to get you to hide and be isolated and afraid. But your power is in calling out to those like you, to your tribe. But your power also lies in facing those negative thoughts in your mind and being a resource to yourself. To love yourself so much that you start being protective of your physical body and protecting it from hearing negative thoughts. You are a warrior of love. Your devotion attracts resources and support. You see the light in your own darkness. So how can you judge anybody's darkness? If you see the light in your own darkness, how can you judge anyone else's darkness? Instead, shouldn't you be wearing that darkness like a cloth or a piece of armor and being proud of it? Utilizing it for yourself like a piece of armor? Aren't you proud of being human and living as long as you have and doing what you did? Wouldn't you be upset if somebody took that from you and pretended that they were you? It's happened to me. It sucked. So be proud of who you are. I learned the hard way. You don't need to do that. Face your shadow. You have a bitch inside you. Give that bitch a sword and teach her how to be, a dancer with it instead of just a warrior. Sometimes you don't need to fight a battle. Sometimes you can take that sword and do a dance with it instead of constantly fighting. Just because it's sharp doesn't mean it needs to cut another living being. There's so much in the world that you need to see differently. So many things you think are weapons that aren't weapons. They're actually something else, but you're using them as weapons. It's so silly. It's like you made movies out of random things you can turn into weapons to kill things. Instead of recognizing that you have intelligence that can create so many things, but you can limit it into violent creations. I mean, could you even think of someone like the demiurge being hugged by the grandmother of Jesus, and then her teaching the demiurge something brand new, and the demiurge's duality power gets used for like cupcakes? Can you even imagine the absurd cupcakes that you would have? But instead, we're in this delusion where we're fighting duality and we're trying to break free. It's so silly. It's so silly. The entire thing is so silly. It's like watching kids play pretend. Oh, there's a giant little lion-headed worm, and there's demons and angels and devils, and then there's Jesus, and then there's Satan, and then they're going to fight, and then there's going to be politics, and there's going to be this world battle, and then there's going to be aliens. Like, come on, kids. It's time to face your ego beliefs. Do you really believe all that needs to happen for you to, ascend? Really? You're really going to continue to play out a script? Come on. You guys are better than this. We're all better than this. We can all hold hands instead of make fists. My loves, I'm going to go because this is so long. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Oh my God. Last card. Come on. I said, oh my God. Fatima, the mother of Imams. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. So if you want a human religion worldwide, gratitude, kindness and compassion, love, truth, justice, honor, mercy, kindness, facts. Now let's really think about this. If love is your lineage, love is my lineage. So lineage, love being lineage, the energy of love, the entire vibration, the essence, the thread of love itself is your lineage. Is that sinking in? Love is your lineage. Love, look at the heart. Love is your lineage. If you do an example or an exercise, and you look at your life right now, and name 5 things you can see that are blatantly unloving towards you in your immediate vicinity. And then 5 things you are absolutely grateful for. Immediately around you, within getting up and walking to the nearest door distance. Name 5 things you're grateful for, and name 5 things that are not loving. And then internally for yourself, what are you wearing? What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you smoking? What are you thinking? Who are you surrounded by? Are you in the environment that is paying honor and respect and homage and gratitude for who you are? If love is your lineage and gratitude is your religion, are you now seeing the things around you that are showing you how you aren't these things? Can you now ascend? Can you let go? I have nothing to hide. I accept and see myself. I see and accept all that I am, and now another queen of heaven and earth. Thecla, the prophetess of true power. Call back your power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. I love you guys. I hope this helps you. Please be kind. Have a happy holiday. Take a deep breath. Stretch. Drink some water. Relax. Let this information integrate properly. And congratulations. You are taking your first steps into the best version of you that you've always been. Welcome back to you.